Losing weight is one thing. Keeping it off once you've lost it is another. And I'm going to give you some tips to do that in this video. You know, it's a great feeling when you slim down to the weight that you want, when you reach your goal, when you've achieved what you've set out to do and you've lost the weight. But unfortunately, when that happens, lots of people find that they pile the pounds back on almost right away. And within 6 months to a year, they're right back where they started. So how do you make sure that once you've lost the weight, you keep it off? Well, I suppose the first thing is actually going back to when you start your diet, and that is you shouldn't try to lose weight at too fast a rate. Losing 1 or 2 pounds a week, that's around a half to 1 kilo, is the best rate, because that's a nice healthy rate to lose weight at. You're not likely to pile it back on again, provided you don't fall into the traps that you had before. So don't go back to your old unhealthy eating habits. That is the main thing to do once you're down to your proper weight. So cut out snacking. Don't go back to snacking. Avoid the vending machines, because vending machine food and vending machine drinks are generally high in sugar. They're generally high in cornstarch. They're high in fats. And you want to stick to your healthy eating program. You know, it's fine to have the occasional treat every now and then, though, but as I was saying earlier, you don't want to go back to your old unhealthy eating patterns, because you're going to pile the weight back on again and you'll find yourself right back where you started. You also want to keep your alcohol intake low. And in particular, you shouldn't drink beer very often. You should cut back on your exercise regime because you don't want to lose any more weight, but don't eliminate it altogether. So go to the gym 3 days a week instead of 5, say, and have a stroll rather than a brisk walk every day. You can cut back on the supplements, cut back on orlistat altogether, because you will need to start to process some fat. And you can cut back on CLA, unless, of course, you're trying to build muscle. If you're trying to, get a six-pack, if you're a guy, then you should continue taking it. But other than that, you should cut back on it. And you should avoid comfort eating, especially in the winter. And you want to buy clothing that's the same size. And this is very important, because this is a good way to judge whether you're starting to put weight back on. Sometimes, of course, clothing manufacturers' sizes vary, but what you can do when you're alone in the changing room is you can compare the size of the garment that you're buying to the size of the garment that you're wearing. And if it is the same size, when you actually compare it, regardless of what the label says, then you want to go ahead and get it if you like it. But you shouldn't think, oh, my clothing's getting a bit tight, I'll go out and buy a larger size. And you also want to keep track of your weight. Now, your weight is going to fluctuate slightly from time to time, and that's perfectly natural, and it's not something to be concerned about. You should expect that this is going to happen. However, if it starts getting out of hand again, you want to take action right away. Don't wait until you are noticeably heavier. You need to take action. You want to step up your diet again so that you can slim back down to your ideal weight. And if you're following a healthy eating program, if you're following an exercise regime, then quite frankly, it shouldn't be too difficult. You shouldn't find it too difficult to just simply step up a little bit, put your foot on the gas, so to speak, to slim back down to your ideal weight, and then once again you can start to back off. And finally, you should feel good about yourself and your weight. Celebrate the fact that you are down to the right weight that you want, that you can wear the clothing that you want to wear. If people give you compliments about how good you look, then take it as a compliment. Don't feel that people are being patronizing, because probably they're not. And once you're the right weight, once you're the weight that you're happy with, then feel good about yourself, feel happy in your own skin. And I wish you every success.